Into puck is amazing. That's what you want to see. It's great, right? Spike Carapace is such a good spell against puck. Even Viper doesn't enjoy that, so you have some easy ways to get control of. It doesn't solve your issues against the PL unless you go Ags. That might be the item here for Neon to rush. Maybe just give Playhard space to buy Blink Ags and just get control that way onto the PL. So you've got the AoE Spike Carapace. That's one way to get running. Their lineup's still faster, but EXECRATION does have some really good fight potential early on. Double Viper Strike with a Soulbind is actually really potent, so have to watch out for that coming out here from EXECRATION. And can be important to win those lanes, shut Scam down, prevent the AM from farming, and you're gonna have a good time. I don't see any potential for another 90-minute game, but you never know here, Mike. It's an AM against Viper, and we've seen a Viper hold out.
We have. I am very intrigued to see what the idea behind the Snapfire is. I mean, it could be your Yopaj just going to a different lane and telling JG to take the mid lane. Let's find out. We'll find out in just a second.
Yeah, I think it might be just they couldn't figure out what to do with their shuffling. Maybe they don't have the best lockdown for stuff like the puck. So their draft was kind of in a bit of a dead end in that sense. Like Clockwork doesn't hold the puck down, Snap doesn't hold, so they needed to sort of sneak in a support pick to give them that stable control and play hard. Yeah, the Knicks can give that. And yeah, it's just gonna be straightforward. Yopaj is absolutely going down mid.
What?
We'll see how he does. Yeah.
How are you gonna make this work? I don't get it. Against the Viper?
Yeah, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun. I think you play with Scatterblast, you shove the wave, and you do not trade hits. You just don't trade right clicks with Ken. I think that's the game plan, and that's really the only way you have to play it.
Is he straight up just going to go the right click build? Like, you get the 20 talent, you get the 25 talent. Like, it's going to take a while to get there. But once you get Little Shredder uses your attack damage at 20 and the 25 talent with the 3 times Little Shredder multi-shot. I've seen this before. It gets ridiculous how much it can deal.
Yeah, it's certainly something that can come out. I think you can't discount that possibility. I reckon you do go that way. I mean, if you expect your AM timing to be at that certain mark anyway, it'll line up with the AM timing. You'll be ready to go when your AM is. You just need to stall with these 3 heroes, but you're talking about a Bat, Clock, and Nyx stalling. They can stall it really well, so you can get that space out with these 2 cores.
Raging Potato does get his bounty rune, but is going to take a bit of harassment out from Play Hard. Be alright, just loses almost half his HP. Ken in the mid lane on the Viper, up against Yopage's Snapfire. This is the one I'm most intrigued to see, but you can already see BDZ just sneaking behind him. Won't find that courier early on, just barely going to miss out, in fact, BDZ. Going to make a run down towards the bot lane. And Ken with the level 1 Nether Tox. Okay.
Yeah, that one's a bit strange because he can definitely trade favorably against Yopage. He's got a bit of a range advantage, a bit of a level 1 advantage as well, but it looks like he just wants to shove the wave in, make it hard to get some last hits. Maybe we see what they're planning here by the time they hit level 3. That'll tell us a clearer picture, but Yopage, again, he's got the Scatter Blast. He can easily just shove these waves out if he feels threatened, and Ken, well, he's building up that EXP lead, so as long as he's up there in terms of EXP, the Viper can start to bully. Still, you're going to have to check on those supports later down the line. You see BDZ being chased down by Januel, and he's just off to get that pull-off, get his EXP up.
Yeah. BDZ, they're going to get punished pretty hard for it from Januel. Battery Assault going to make it tough. BDZ forced to Avalanche. And, well, he's still going to cop it here. Januel's not done. BDZ, he's not going to be able to really last hit this creep wave. He's going to have to just soak XP. He'll pull aggro, but Januel should still get aggressive with the Battery Assault. We'll have a look at the top lane. I think BDZ is going to be safe. Top lane, RR and Palos up against JG just on his own right now. The Bat Rider can just solo the lane. This is still going to mean Palos is going to get a lot of farm though, as RR is keeping their Bat Rider at bay.
Yeah, that's a good time here for EXECRATION, and there's a lot of pressure from RR. He's just constantly on JG. We'll have to be a bit careful. He's forced to TP home. Yeah, it's a nice play from JG, but level 2 needs to start racking in those last hits. You have to be worried about Palos, but with that investment bot, you know, they're just keeping Schem safe. It's the AM game, man. You protect AM, you get the Battle Fury up. That's all you want.
BDZ. The chase again. Play hard. Would love to get an Impale here. It's not really going to matter anyway. It's just going to run through them. As long as Schem is farming on the AM, they are happy. Schem now going to make a blink onto Raging. Get some nice harass, drains a lot of mana. That'll be pretty much all he wants to do. BDZ on the chase for that courier. He is getting juked out by the courier, but Play Hard blocks it in, gets an Impale off, and BDZ still trying to chase down that damn courier. He really wanted it, but it's a nice little juke out from Play Hard. They are unable to secure the kill on the Tiny, but I guess nevertheless, BDZ's having a tough time.
Yeah, it's been slow going for the Tiny. They're not really making moves on the AM. So this is also a free lane for Schem. Pretty decent farm up. Not as clean as it is for Palos, but you're okay with it. You know, I'm looking down mid again, and you can actually see Yopage. He's really keeping up. This is not the kind of lane you expect from the Viper, but he's not able to really leverage that early presence the Viper has. So it's even in farm, and if it's even in farm, then Yopage is pretty darn happy with that result.
That is surprising, but if he makes it work, he makes it work. Play Hard, gonna rotate into the mid lane as well. Might just take over the lane for a bit. So we will see Yopage gets a double damage rune bottled up for himself. He'll come back into the lane. Play Hard being a very good support, not allowing the creep wave to go underneath that tier 1 tower. Yopage will bring it underneath anyway. He just doesn't seem to care about it.
Yay.
It does feel rather weird though that Ken isn't able to really destroy this lane up against Yopage, but I guess the Scatter Blast is a lot of damage, but you'd think he just was able to do that, where he just spams poison attack and Yopage would have to walk away. Just hasn't been the case though.
No, it feels like he kind of missed the window though. Like with these initial levels done, it's gonna be harder to do that. BDZ though, being chased again.
Impale not going to connect from Play Hard. He was definitely reaching for that one. Ken now thinking about going after the side of Neon, but thinks better of it. Raging's going to rotate in, however, trying to go after that banner rune and does actually take it. And Yopaj does get the first blood up at the top river spot. Does activate the DD rune and have the damage.
That's a good time here for Yopaj, just setting for himself. It's been a slow game from both sides. They do have pretty fast supports, but they're going for that safe play, finding the initial farm. And I think overall this could possibly favor Neon, as their supports need levels, their AM needs free space. I'm not sure if we're going to see the same pacing as Savage did earlier in the day, but it's still smooth going here for Skem. No pressure.
Ken, he's gone. Mortimer's Kisses. Play hard with the rotation in, is still going to be alive, jukes out the stroke of fate, and is going to make a run for it. Ken, not doing too well on the Viper.
Yeah, that is really starting to be a surprise. Not a good one, as we expect dominance from the Viper. It's falling flat, and that's going to be tough. He's not going to get too much space to recover. Of course, that space will go to Palos, who does have his Midas. So it's a Midas PL just to get that initial farm up. Should allow him to meet certain timings slightly earlier than Skem will. As Skem, you know, Battle Fury is the slow build up, and then after that, you still farm up. So expect a bit of a faster PL here with this early pickup. This is just something you concede. You left the lane alone. Bat Rider against PL, once the levels are up, isn't too bad. And it's just a free lane. It's a very, very free farm lane for Palos.
Yopaj is rushing an Aghanim Scepter, apparently. Interesting.
Oh, the rush, the rush spit.
Yeah, straight
I
up
guess.
rush gobble up. It's mid lane. They're gonna try and go in to play hard, but he'll just spike Carapace and allow Yopaj to cookie him out. EG for a very nice pull away with that creep wave and the Firefly, but the creeps are gonna just go the other way. So just going for the Aghanim Scepter rush is pretty interesting. I suppose you can spit in play hard and he can spike Carapace, which makes it so you can't hit him. And speaking of play hard with the spike Carapace, he's come in for Ken. Ken may get Genuel on the clockwork, but he is going to die. Now BDZ to rotate in. They might find another in the form of play hard. He's trying to get out. They do get the kill, and now BDZ going to get very low, but is not going to die. But if you're Neon Esports, you just got the Viper again. The Viper, Ken's game is completely ruined. It's over. Like, I don't see him being able to come back.
No, I mean, again, he's going to share that jungle space with a PL. He doesn't take priority there. You even have to give some space out to Raging. It's much more key for the puck to get the blink, maybe the Ewells as well, and just to have that presence. And that's something with EXECRATION's draft. Their heroes do have earlier spikes, at least on the mid and off. And if those lanes don't go well, then it is hard for the puck and the Viper to just recover. And that's something Neon is pretty good about. We still have room here, right? Like, there's still spikes for the supports. Level 6 for Januel and level 6 for Playhard are going to be big. When you do have the Vendetta and Hook, that aggression we're seeing is going to get amplified when those spells are ready to go.
Chow. Raging looks like he's had a pretty tough laning stage on the puck so far. He's actually not doing too bad in comparison to, say, JG on the puck. Skem still just going towards that Battle Fury. Palos straight for the defusal. Into JG now. JG should be fine, but I can't say the same. Up at that top jungle spot, as they are going to catch out RR, and Ken, do not stick around there, sir. It is very dangerous. Yopaj wants to still go. He has the Mortimer's Kisses, and he's going to start using it. It's raining fire on Ken.
Oh boy.
And that is not going to be a nice feeling for him. Play hard will be able to take the kill. Apparently, Yopaj is a pretty good mid-snap fire. Palos gonna rush in, gonna try and get Yopaj, but does get impaled into the Scatter Blast. Genuel Gonna cop a bit more harassment, but can they actually get the kill? Well, BDZ's coming in now with an avalanche, but gets Spike Carapace and Yopaj back in with the cookie now. But the silence is out with the Inkswell. Yopaj may have overextended. Looks like he may have, but he is still alive. Still turning around with the Scatter Blast, and they will kill off Palos.
No.
And EXECRATION, they're on the run, John. On the run again. See ya, RR. Oh, that wasn't the cogs. Yeah, okay, never mind. RR's fine.
Yeah, that's awkward. Very, very, very awkward for Neon. But hey, they found a big kills, and they're fine with that. Killing Palos is really a major slowdown for the PL. He's still up there in net worth, but you are giving a bit more to Yopaj, who's already on a wild roll. 4-0, 2 parts away from the Ags. So that spit is going to be there. I'm curious what comes after. I would love, the build up into right click, because I think it's funny. So maybe that comes out still. That space. So much space coming out for Scam. He has just been left alone. Now his farm's not as good as Palos, but Palos has the Midas. So this is still decent progress coming out for the AM. The timing into Battle Fury, we should see it about, I want to say the 13-minute mark is at the latest. It really depends if they slow him down, but there's just too much space here being bled out by EXECRATION. They're just needing to bounce back on way too many heroes to really start playing.
Play hard. Ken is just so weak right now on that Viper. Play hard just sets up, takes out half his HP, and Yopaj does the rest. And now they're going to come in and take these small stacks away. BDZ thinking about going in with the Inkswell. Does not. So Yopaj will be able to clean up those stacks, and on the brighter side of things, JG does go down against Palos, so they do get a nice pick off there. But you've essentially got no mid laner if you're EXECRATION.
No, it's been way too slow. Your Viper is a level behind, no real items. It's gonna be tough rushing the Force Staff, as you tend to see, into the Dragonlance, into the Pike. But the timing's just a bit off. EXECRATION with 1 tower up though, do have some safer space to farm, so Palos can take that bot jungle if he wants to. That should free up the rest of the map for the other cores, but Scam already takes the top, so even that top jungle does get harder to contest, and EXECRATION, right now they just need a little bit more time to cook up. I think we're looking at, actually no, Raging Potato's going for travel, so you might not have presence here for a while. You'll need a Blink and Eul's on the puck to really be going, and that's going to take a little bit more, which means Neon, I mean, they've had that level 6 marking play hard, which means they can be active. They're going to have level 6 on Januel as well soon.
Bot lane, Raging, going to be in a spot of danger. Does get the Dream Coil, but they have the hook shot to stop him from running. Raging still trying, but Januel should have the control and does. Nice pick up there on our clock. And that's going to be Raging going down. There is a smoke play happening, though, from EXECRATION. They might catch out Scam on our AM. But no, they break the smoke. They can't run up the stairs. They'll leave him beat. And Yopaj is 10 gold off now. You're just going to wait for that passive gold. By the way, John, speaking of the Snapfire, you know what would be a great Arcana idea for Yopaj?
Yeah.
If you like made it so instead of a cookie, she just threw a shoe at them. Just straight up threw a shoe.
Yeah.
Has someone come up with that yet?
No, but it needs to be there. If not a shoe, then a slipper. You know, in the Philippines, that's what we do.
that's not even the Philippines, John. That's international.
Yeah.
That shoe comes flying at you like a boomerang. It's very, very scary. Very, very intimidating.
Yeah, you know, that takes me back. I think there was a custom map, if you allow me to digress. There was a custom map in Dota 1 called War of the Philippine Heroes. There was one hero called Jose Rizal, because our national hero had this story where he lost one slipper in a river, so he threw the other one, so that whoever found the other one would have the other pair. And they made a skill where you throw a slipper, and they called it Chinelas throw. It was fun. That's a good map. It was a Dota ripoff, but we had it.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty good idea, I reckon.
Yeah.
Instead of a scatter blast, she like takes out a wooden spoon or something, just whacks you with it. Instead of the Mortal's Kisses,
BDZ.
why not just allow meatballs to drop from the sky? In fact, speaking of meatballs, John Newell going to be a meatball right now as BDC is playing dodge him, but they are going to get him with the cookie and the cogs, and that should be your tiny gone. Of course, you will lose the clockwork in response, or maybe not, as Playhard is roaming in, but no. Be a 1-for-1. They'll just leave.
Oh man, that was a bit cold of Yapaj. So he did the damage, and then he immediately walked away when he saw more coming in, just leaving Januel.
It's a cold world, John. Cold
yeah,
world.
it is. That's one cruel granny, but there it is. The the ag spit out combos with the clock. I bet you Playhard's gonna be next. You know what the sad thing about this as well? Yapaj can do this without their consent, right? So you can just grab his allies and just trap them.
Uh-oh, Playhard gonna try and save Raging, or rather save Yopaj. He's gonna be alright for now, but BDZ in with the avalanche toss. Yopaj is low and should definitely drop now as he does. They'll even find another. Genuel, Ken gonna take care of that one. They will, however, get a lasso off onto BDZ, and they blow him up with the Mana Void, but now RR gonna throw the Soulbind out on JG. He's just gonna TP out of it. Looks like Playhard wants to try for more with that Vendetta, but he won't be able to.
It's a favorable trade for Execration. One of their first favorable trades coming out, taking the punishment onto Yapaj. They get some pressure down mid. This is the effect of Palos just being ready to go. He's got the Hood of Defiance up, so a lot of that damage here that flies out in the PL is negated, and the Diffusal is up. So you can just burn through the mana. It's going to be hard to handle.
Oh, here we go. There's the gobble up from Playhard, and that's going to mean a guaranteed impale. It's so stupid. Palos, he's going to have to run away. And they do secure another kill onto Ken.
Oh, that's disgusting. It is disgusting to see that so early in the game, but Core Snap, of course, does lead into that. I still want to see what Yapaj goes for next. He's got the Travels and the Blink queued up, so they're going to go for that global presence at least, and a way of closing the gap, maybe getting some saving plays. This is still favoring Skem. He's still keeping up with farm compared to Palos. So despite the Midas, you're not really pulling a massive lead here on the PL, which it's not concerning yet, but it's something they have to be aware of, that Skem has been left completely alone. I would say Execration should punish Skem. If they want to really hammer in a lead, they need to make a move there, commit the Dream Coil, and kill off that AM.
Let's big smoke up. Palos going to join his team. Gonna run up northwest. Smoke actually going to be broken by Januel, but they don't realize he's behind them. Skem now going to realize they are around. They all back off. And that is really unfortunate for Execration. It's the wasted smoke, wasted time for Palos. And he is closely fighting with Skem for the net worth lead right now. So you definitely don't want to lose that advantage. So Skem will be able to escalate. In fact, Skem, don't leave the Philosopher's Stone on the floor, sir. Go and pick it up. There we go.
Yeah. Oh,
Play hard.
play hard.
Dream coiled up, still trying to run, but there's your Viper Strike. And he goes for an Impale out, understanding he is going to die. Just tries to get a spell out before he does go down. Has a laugh. They still hold the 1k net worth advantage, Neon.
Yep, not massive, but they're feeling good. You're having a better time here, though. The biggest disparity is really on Yapaj versus Ken. Like, you look at Raging versus JG, that's fairly close, but Yapaj is pulling way too far away from that Viper. A 1k gap. You do have some nice items flying out here. I believe I did see a Blink coming in here for BDZ. So they've got the tiny initiation to play with, and Januel.
He's going to be alright. He gets the cogs off, and the hook shot out to the creep. And it's going to be a lot of wasted time if they can't get the kill, and they can't.
Wow.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Execration. You don't want to have to be grouped up like this if you can avoid it. But still, they'll split up again.
Yeah, it's kind of hurting that they're not finding these follow-up kills. So that just gives Neon so much space. Again, there's been no punishment onto Skem. We're seeing the steady build-up on Yapaj. He's got the Blink now, so you can go for offensive, or rather defensive gobble-ups. And it makes it harder to really pin down the snap. That might be an issue down the line. You're also buying a lot of space here for JG. Travels are up. Blink gonna be next, and once the Bat Rider has Blink, that is cue for Neon to play even more aggressive. So major timings here for Neon. Starting to line up. Execration might have been playing a bit too slow. They're not behind by any means, but you do feel the levels start to reel in here.
Execration gonna stick as a team. Roshan, still not gonna be touched. Now really avoiding each other, these two. Only 11 and 7 right now. Palos wants that SNY up first to really be able to get involved in these team fights, but Skem is going to work towards that BKB, and that's going to be somewhat problematic.
Yeah.
So
It signifies that Skem really wants to fight earlier, because, you know, it's not the usual build-up after the Manta into, say, just the Basher, Abyssal, or even just, you know, Satanic or Heart or whatever. BKB does mean he has to join these fights. And Execration doesn't have anything that pierces it, but not until the Ags flies in for Raging, which is way too far off. So that's something Execration has to be aware about. As Neon, they're fine playing it slow. They're much more confident in the AM. You still worry about the PL illusion spam, but you can see that Neon, they really don't mind. Like, they're smoked up right now. Maybe make a play down bot.
Execration still just hanging around. Genual looking for a hookshot opportunity. Does miss. Now, Execration, they know what's going on. They want to go for the fight. They aren't going to be able to. And while they've been trying to get that fight started, Skem just took the T1 mid tower by himself. We're at that point where the AM is just going to start to apply too much map pressure. And you've got to make some decisions if you're Execration. You just can't roam the map like this.
No, they're being punished, and that's, of course, where the AM shines. Splitting up the map like this will go.
Play hard, gonna get Avalanche, but gets Spy Carapace into the Impale. However, he's gonna run back into Ken, and that will mean he is definitely dead. They do get a Nyx Assassin for their trouble. SNY up on Palos to boot, so a bit more fightability here for Execration as they are gonna run into Genuel, and they do get the Dream Call off. That should be a free kill. No way for him to get out of this one. They even get his courier.
Yeah, it's decent pickups. The supports going down are pretty big pieces of punishment, but the BKB is up for Skem. So if he so chose, he can start to join these fights. And the farm is starting to pile on. You can see Skem really start to pull away. 1k above Palos now. So it's not quite where you want it to be, but it is an AM. There has been recovery here for Ken. Like, he's been given the space, does pull ahead of Yupaj. He's rushing to BKB, and with that tier 2 clear down bot, they have a really safe spot to farm in that bot jungle.
They do. Outpost taken now from Execration. Still 7 minutes for that 30-minute mark anyway, but it feel good to just have that control in that jungle, and they seem to be very confident with the fact that they can just keep farming. Palos working towards that Aghanim Scepter now. That'll really help them start closing the gap in these team fights. Skem, he's going to work towards the Basher, and it's at the stage where you have the Basher into the Abyssal that they really commit to the team fights. Skem doesn't seem like he wants to get involved before that mark. So it may be a bit too troublesome to hold down Palos on that PO without the Abyssal Blade up.
Yeah, that's a fair point for Skem. I do wonder though if he didn't want to join fights. The BKB is kind of a dead item, so that's one thing I take issue with. But I guess it's preemptive in case they jump him. Just just a sort of preemptive BKB. You're going to see BKBs coming out here as well for Yupaj. So we've stalled out in our snap since the Ags pickup. But once you've got the BKB, of course, you're going to be able to really stand your ground, get the kisses off. Again, nothing to cancel it until the Ags from Raging, which is about 1.5 1.5k away on the puck. So it's going to be a decent timing for Raging, considering his slow restart. EXECRATION. No, I feel like they haven't quite maximized this blink on BDZ just yet. So they really should start to maybe go hunting a bit more. It hasn't been the most successful though, but it does feel like Neon is grabbing a bit more. You know, they're being more efficient with the camps, with the map, as you just kind of sit around here.
Absolutely. Bring up some loot bet odds. And pretty even. Neon Esports slight favorites right now. $1.73 to $1.99. Pretty even odds between these two. And I mean, it's basically that 1k net worth lead that's giving him those odds. So, what's DOTA Plus thinking? 77%. So apparently Neon has a pretty big lead. So,
Yeah, that's
I don't know how it's determined that.
the AI works in mysterious ways, but Gobble.
It's out. Looks like they caught BDC on the Tiny. He'll go for the Avalanche toss. Mortimer's Kiss is still flying in, but a bit off target now. Still Schem will be in there to finish off the kill. And now JG, he wants to go for that last opportunity. And well, Soulbite's going to be out with the double Viper strike, but it is not going to matter.
No.
They find two.
It's not enough. It's a nice combo, but it's not enough though.
Schem, Carlos going to go in. Genuel trying to help out, but Schem is completely out of mana. Hookshot is there with the flame break now. Schem, he has time to try and turn around and get away from this, but they want to try and go back onto Palos. They will get the BKBs out. JG trying to get a lasso. He needs to get it quick. He just needs the right target first, but no. There's Yapaj again with the gobble up, and they will get the kill. He's going to be lassoed up. And BDZ, he does come in to at least get the clockwork kill, but it is nowhere near worth.
No, definitely not. Biggest here to lose there for EXECRATION. That definitely hammers Palos down to second place. And that for it. And gives Neon a sizable lead. 3k, 27 minutes in. Not too big, but it's a good point in the game to be in. Oh.
Play hard, toss back at the bot lane. Does go for the Spike Carapace and Impale, but is almost guaranteed to die. Still Schem. Looks like he wants to try and get something done, but can't. But here comes Yapaj. See what he can get done. With the gobble up, he is right on target. Raging, Aghanim set the Dream Coil. Schem can't get out of this one. He will counterspell with the Manta and turn back around onto RR, who was trying to get the Inkswell off. Now back into Ken on the Viper. He'll BKB, but it may just not matter. In fact, it will. They don't want to die at the tier 2 tower. So instead, Schem will go back with the salve onto that tier 1 bottom tower. And JG is going to scout the tree line, trying to see if he can find anyone else.
Yeah, it's good plays coming out from Neon. I love what I'm seeing here from Schem. He's actually carrying Mangus around, Mike, because he knows he's going to be burned by Palos. So he has burst mana coming in for himself, just to ensure he can blink out as needed. And that's what you really need. Really even in terms of itemization, though. You look at Palos for his part. Does have the Basher up and running. So we've got Bashers in both of our cores. Can bounce either way. The Abyssal is much closer for Schem. He is 300 gold off. And once you have that Abyssal on the AM, easier to get that control out.
Oh, play hard. He's going to get started onto this Tiny, and Schem will blink straight in. That'll be BDZ gone. Now they'll get the Soulbind out, but a hookshot straight in from Genuel. Going to hold down RR, and it's raining fire again. RR, he is gone. Schem is on a Mega. And Palos, he's going to come in. Cookie, not going to be there. Palos now going to fight back with the Dream Coil out from Raging Potato. No, he can't fight back. God. Schem breaks the Dream Call in the last 0.1 second.
Yeah, it's still a pretty nice win there for Neon. They get 2 for 1. They are blowing these BKB timings, but it's perfectly fine.
Very, very close to that Cookie, John. That top lane almost got Raging.
Ooh. Yeah, it's something to watch out for. You know, one thing with the snap that actually gets me every time, when Yapaj spits out a creep, you get the question mark. it's so funny.
Schem. He down the puck, Raging. Oh, he's gonna get impaled. Doesn't have a blink dagger anyway. He went for the 4-star fags. But couldn't really get out of there if he wanted to. I do agree though, it is kind of funny that the deny does come out, but Genuel now. Gonna get picked off by Palos and BDZ.
You have to be cautious about bleeding those kills. You have the 7k lead here for Neon, but EXECRATION aren't too far behind, and you're still talking about a PL. Again, you don't have the natural PL counters here. You do worry about a bit about the PL going a bit out of control, so you got to be a bit more cautious as they just go back to farming now. You look at Yapaj, Mike, BKB up. He's going for the Deso. I think he's going to do it with the level 20 talent. He's going to go for it.
Of course he is. Well, what?
He's got to.
You have to. You're playing core Snapfire. You've got to go with the physical build. I've been waiting this whole time for this to be back up.
Here we go, dude.
Yeah. I mean, you still got to get to that 25 mark to make it completely broken. And you're probably going to need something on top of the Desolator. It's still going to be a lot of damage with the Deso, don't get me wrong, but you're going to need 25 plus the Deso, plus maybe a Daedalus or something like that.
Yeah. And that's fair. Gonna be a while, and again, they've seeded farm all the way to Schem. So they're at the back seat, but Abyssal out for Palos. That means there's an opportunity to fight.
Alright, caught out. BDZ, he'll try to play hard, but the Spike Carapace is going to hold all of them down. Play hard, he is going to be going down, but Palos needs to walk away as the Mortimer's Kisses do come in. 1 for 1. They get back to it.
Not the biggest loss for Neon. Just dropping the Nyx isn't too bad. Of course, that was EXECRATION showing the Abyssal up on Palos, so they know it's there. It's going to be a very tight back and forth now between the AM and PL. They are so evenly matched in terms of item progress that it's a tight fight when they do actually get down to the wire and start hitting each other. This has also given space for Ken to catch up, although he's starting to fall behind the progress of Yapaj once more, but our Viper's at a pretty decent spot. Really have to watch out what you get into next to itemize. I mean, he's been stuck at BKB Hurricane Pike for a while. Has to be ready for what's next. You know, we've got to see what he wants. Maybe some damage. Maybe the Orchid comes out for control. You could go into the mech build for sustaining your team as well. Although it's a bit late, but you could still do it if you felt the need to. So there's some flexibility there for Ken and how to treat this Viper.
There's a reconnection now out. Do you have the go-ahead? We'll get back into it. No, Schem needs a second. Play harder, or rather Palos, excuse me, does want the butterfly, which is going to force Schem to perhaps go for that that MKB build. Doesn't really want to, of course, but you might need to if he does have the butterfly up. Or, alternatively, just tell your Pash to buy Divine and do it that way.
Yeah, that could be it. You know, these boys aren't scared of the Divines. They don't mind the risk. But there's a team to just rush it instead. Well, it's this team. Still, gonna take it easy as the farm up continues. You know, no rush for both sides. Schem is looking for his Scotty, I believe he was queuing up. Yeah, Scotty back to it. And once that's up, maybe you feel more confident, but just take it slow. We haven't seen any plays around Roche, which is pretty surprising. But neither team has set their eyes in that objective and just really enjoyed the jungle.
Yeah. It's still the first Roche out of the game. Just hasn't been touched. There's your Scotty up on the anti-mage. Everyone else just buying more time for their pos ones. I really don't think you want to wait, if you are Neon, for Palos to have that butterfly up. Like, you might still have the answers with all the magic damage that your Page can pump out. But even then, you just don't want to risk it. It's going to be very, very annoying to put up with. It is going to force Schem to go for... Well, he's queued up a butterfly as well, but I don't think that's what he wants. He probably needs something else to deal with these PL illusions. Still, they are going to run into Palos. Perhaps they'll see his illusions. Skem has made the jump in. However, he had help around. Skem could be in danger. Palos, he was dropping low, trying to run. They can't get the Mana Void off in time. Palos, with the Glimmer Cape, does run out of there.
Ooh, that's such a massive missed opportunity. He was very low as well. They need some detection up now. They did have sentry wards, but they need to dust up just to ensure they find these kills. EXECRATION going to be very happy. They forced a buyback out as well from Januel. So it's a nice network swing there for EXECRATION. Might open up for themselves to go for a bit of a fight, although they do not have the Dream Coil for a half a minute. So maybe just wait for that to be up first.
Oh, BDZ onto Yopaj. It's going to be a massive pick if they can get it. Yopaj, he'll BKB, but they have the Abyssal Blade there on Palos. And that'll be your Snapfire going down to make matters worse. Clockwork hooked in, didn't really connect, and is also going to go. And that'll be the Roshan play now getting started. Surely. Palos, he had a look on the high ground into the Roshan.
There you go. First Roshan game, 34 minutes in. Gonna be a nice one for EXECRATION to pick up. And Palos now becomes a major problem. Like we've been talking about that spike for the PL. Level 23. Orb of Destruction on top of it. Now the Age is coming in as well. It's tricky here for Neon. They need to find a way to contend that PL, but their lineup is really just naturally built for it. It's just not. Like we talked about perhaps the Nyx Ags, it's nowhere close. Playhard's not even queuing it up, so you don't have that.
JG, Dream caught up by Raging. Now Abyssal in from Skemmy, wants to try and fight back. They get the last off as well, but with the Glimmer Cape, Skem has gone back onto Ken instead of finishing off Raging Potato. BDZ gonna jump in now, Raging still alive, but eventually does go down to JG, and now BDZ gonna be controlled up by Skem, and he'll blow him up. In fact, he knows RR's there somewhere. They found him. But Palos does come in with the Abyssal Blade. Both heroes going for someone else, but Playhard does connect with the Impale now. They do not have what it takes to deal with the PL. Not quite yet anyway, it seems, as they are just going to run away from him. Still a good team fight out for Neon.
Yeah, big win for them. Drags the lead back to 8K. 3 for 1. Really good trade. Just offlane for offlane, plus 2 supports on top. Nice bonuses, and should open up the push. They can start ripping through the towers with the Desolator. That isn't up yet for our Snap, surprisingly. Still, going to be a fast tower for Skem to take. And they can start to focus elsewhere. Shove out those lanes, slowly work up that lead. EXECRATION, they do hold the Aegis, but it feels like it's not enough to stop Neon, as they're going to need the items to start flying in next.
T2 bot tower, Skem, he'll get started. There's that 25 talent on your PL though, that's going to be scary to deal with. Palos might feel very invincible now with the Aegis plus the 6-second doppelganger. Neon, they're going to back off with that 9k net worth lead, and you've actually already got the Daedalus queued up on your palm.
Oh yeah. That's what you like to see.
Yep.
Finally got the Deso as well. So he just needs a level 25 really. Gonna be important to maintain control on that outpost. I think that's where they have to set their eyes defensively. We do have an AC up on Kendo. So our Viper is getting tanky. The rest of the team also gets tankier. Might make it hard for Skem to get that rip through that he wants, being a physical core, but you look at Skem, Butterfly just about done.
Again, I think that is going to cause some problems. I mean, Palos has just about got his as well. So both position ones now with the butterflies up. One of them's going to need an MKB or a Divine. Again, they could rely on the magic damage from Yopaj on the snap, but I don't think it's going to be enough at this stage. It's very hard to hold down Palos while you can get all those globs out.
It's tricky. I think if you had an Ags on Playhard, you could, but you don't. I think that's what they need to save for next, actually. The next Ags is just so key. AoE Spike Carapace is what will give you that control, and it opens up a lot of possibilities. Gives you more more tools with the spit, with the gobble up, and that's all you'll need. Still slowly chipping away. Another tier 2 gone here from the side of EXECRATION, so the lead widens to 11k, and that Aegis, well, only has about a minute and a half left, so there's not too much time left for Paulus to play in front without Aegis anymore.
Definitely not, but he's got a ninja gear now. Going to be really effective on the PL, allow him to really be quite sneaky, trying to get his way through the team fight and get the angle he does want to go to. Bit of a smoke being popped, and it's just him with the ninja gear, of course. Always forget they have the same sound for some reason.
Yeah, you'd wish that they'd have something different.
Play hard.
Just
gonna rotate up towards that top lane. There was somebody there, and I believe it was Raging Potato, but he has TP'd back to the fountain now, so there's gonna be no kills up here either.
I'm looking at Playhard's build-up now as well. It's a Eul's. Next for the Nyx, I really prefer Ags. I don't think you have too much use for the Eul's here. If you're stuck anyway. You're probably just dead with how the farm's been distributed, so... We'll see how it pays off, though. The Eul's can still set up for the stun follow-ups if you want to play that way, and... EXECRATION, you're still roaming around here.
Scam. Oh, he's going to get Abyssal Bladed up, but they can't hit him. He's got the button. They can't hit each other. Look at him. They're just missing. Oh, Palos. He'll just ignore him now. Go on to the Nyx Assassin and play hard. We'll go down. There's your Aegis expiring as well on the PL. Scam's still unhittable. Just going to be able to blink out. And, well, they'll jump back into Raging Potato now. Palos.
Oh, man.
Gonna chase down JG. Can't get anyone. That'll be it. Like I said, John,
boy.
Divine Rapiers or MKB.
I guess it's got to be the Divine for Scam. I think they're done. It feels like they're done. I mean, we're at the 40-minute mark. I get very worried about seeing that number double. I don't think it would, but yeah, it has to be an all-in play. Divine has to come for Scam. The issue is now is he's fully slotted up. So something's got to go. I mean, he just bought the butterfly. He wouldn't want to sell it immediately, but he might have to.
It feels kind of pointless to go for that. I mean, I understand why, right? It's obviously very effective up against the PL. But it's more defensive than aggressive.
Yeah.
You're not being proactive, you're just being reactive. And that's a problem. Scam, oh, that's going to be a Dream Coil out from Raging. Palos still can't hit him. They'll break the coil with the Force Staff. He's stunned, he's Glimmer Cape. There's your Avalanche jump, but Scam, you still just can't hit him. He's fine. He won't die. They're ticking him down eventually. Oh, there's a bash out. Scam could be in trouble now. Still running away with the BKB. Cookie is there from your Page. Tree Toss as well, but he's going to blink away. And looks like they will have to settle onto Januel. That'll be it. Just a support kill in the Clockwork.
This is so messy. They just throw everything they have on the AM. The issue is, you talked about magic damage to deal with Palos. They could do that. You can't do it on an AM.
Nope.
Especially if you, well, you know, counter spell is a thing. So it's difficult for EXECRATION, but they're not dissuaded. Well, no, I'm falling to the same trap. It's the ninja gear. Baits you.
Okay, so I can see a Bloodthorn being built here on Palos, and Scam hasn't queued anything, but he's holding 5.4k. Now that should mean one thing. Well, it actually means two things. He either doesn't have an answer, or he's buying a Divine Rapier. No, he's going for the Silver Edge route. So I guess you can break the evasion, assuming you can hit first. You've got to actually get the hit off.
I'm not sure, but I feel like they've changed it so that the first hit on Silver Edge and
oh, right, it can't miss, right?
Yeah. They made it unmissable because that was so. You know, it's rage quitting inducing, that kind of mechanic. So yeah, this is one way. Let's see if Scams can sneak around. You have to remember that they are prepared for Invis because you have play hard on that Nyx. So it might not be as smooth as you'd expect for Scam. And this play with the Bloodthorn build-up for Palos, it worries me slightly because AM can easily dispel. He's got the Manta up, and you might even end up popping it in yourself, although Neon now, they do smoke up.
The level 24 in your Page. Dream Coil is going to be out onto the clock. And there's a toss in onto the Nyx Assassin. But Ara has gone down. There goes Play Hard. Who are we fighting on? After Ken, it seems. Scam might change. No, he does want Ken gone. And Ken is definitely going to die in that Viper now. But Palos going on the other side of things. Trying to chase down your Page. Your Page is alive thanks to the lasso of JG. But Raging Potato is going to be able to finish him off. Back towards the mid lane where Skem is going to be able to try and kill off BDZ. And does do so. However, Palos also killed off JG. So it looks like an overall... No, it's not. I thought it was a 2 for 3. There was a buyback on Execration. So it's... Well, never mind. It's not even over. Skem coming back in now onto Palos. Palos is actually very, very low. Soulbind's going to be out. But the Mana Void, they killed off the PL. Alright. Back into Raging. He'll blink the other way. Skem can blink too. But the orb Raging. What are these jukes? Into the tier 2 tower. Into the tier 3 tower. Alright, he'll TP right. Oh, come on, Raging!
No!
Come on!
Why?
He tried to do it the smart ass way. That's what he did. He wanted to do it the confident, cocky way. He's still going. He's gonna orb away. Skem is around.
No.
Orb.
Oh, missed out. Man, that was... he TP'd while being hit by the tier 3. He wasn't outside range, so don't know what he was expecting, but yeah. Back and forth, Mike. Neon happier. We're seeing the Silver Edge really kick in. So they've got the control, but the MKB is up for Ken, so our Viper can lay the hits in. Going towards the Daedalus next. The Bloodthorn should be ready here for Palos once he's up, so they're going to have that option as well. Dream Coil. Raging. Okay. Yeah, fine.
He was trying to get Skem, who was TPing out of there. Looks like he was just a bit too late. Into the Roshan. There's your Page with that level 25, by the way.
I love
the
it.
Chrysalis. This is when things get fun for your Page.
This is it.
So it's been a long journey. You do want the Daedalus to get like some real solid crits out, you know? You don't...
Oh yeah.
The Chrysalis isn't quite enough to make it feel like, you know, he's really gunning people down.
Well, ask and you shall receive, Mike, because it's flying in. Nice. So we're going to have the Daedalus up. It's going to be something to watch out for. That gives him a wave ripping through the PL. So that's something Palos has to be careful about. But 14k up, Aegis up and running, Cheese ready as well. They've got the control here.
They jump in onto Play Hard. Your Nyx Assassin in trouble. JG trying to get a lasso, can't get it quite yet. But here comes your Page, just machine cutting him down. Palos is gone. Onto Raging. Raging's gonna try and do his jukes again. No, Mortimer's Kisses, wrong way around. He'll orb the other way. JG can't cancel the TP and your Page can't either. But there's two heroes without buyback. And they're off into the tier 3 towers now.
Yeah, there's nothing to stop this. No buyback from Palos. That's the big one. You can try your best. Perhaps Ken can do some damage with MTP, but this is an Aegis on the AM. So it's not an easy hero to melt down twice over.
Tier 3 tower dropping low. Into it, Play Hard. Skem trying to go in onto Ken. Ken gonna be alright for now. Raging has the Dream Core, but hasn't popped it yet. They know the Aegis is available on Skem, but he's gonna be tossed into the fountain. Still BDC gonna die. Ken will die as well. There's 3 heroes without a buyback now, and it looks like this could be getting close to game. Raging still trying to fight back with BDZ. They'll commit the buyback on the Tiny, but they're waiting. John Newell gonna go down. And it looks like Skem will just do the responsible thing and focus down on the racks. Raging, gonna blink back in for the silence. Gonna orb away as well, but you're partial to chase with that little shredder. Almost cools off the puck. Meanwhile, Skem still having the Aegis and is still forcing in that top tier 3 tower. Yopaj is gonna let Raging go. Alright, so 1 Rax down, 2 tier 3s down. They don't want to bother with the repair kit. They'll back off. 21k net worth lead. No need to try and throw this game. If you are Neon, you just take your sweet time.
Yeah, here you're going to have the Aegis for the re-engage. You might as well step back, reset, have Skem come back in with a synthesized Ags. So that's up and running and ready to go for him. The Ags upgrade going to cause that Mana Void to really hammer in even further this lead if he can land it in the right target. In fact, he also has a level 30 Skem, so absolute menace on the AM. And there's that Ags.
Okay. That's cool.
Would like to see maybe a little bit more build up here from your other cores, but it is the Skem show, right? It's just the way AM games go. If they can hammer control onto Palos once more, this is really hard to bounce back into. So there's a lot of pressure on Palos to just be at the right place at the right time. Don't get caught out. If Skem does catch you out, then you're gone. There's just no coming back from that one. As yeah, they're 21k behind. Map is pretty blind. They take control in their triangle here, Execration. So they've got one area safe to play in outside their map. And they're going to try to grab an outpost at least before 50-minute mark. But not in time.
See, Play Hard is going back towards that Aghanim Scepter now, the Knicks.
Oh, yeah.
Bit late, but it's getting there. Does help as well. He's got that Timeless Relic, John, so everything's amped up by 25% duration. Very, very nice.
Yep. It's a good time for the Knicks. Get the stuns off. And, well, back to that siege. I mean, they still hold the Aegis. They could easily just commit if they wanted to, and it's Execration on the back foot. And so they've got to be the cautious ones. Range Rack's gone. Melee Rack's next. Without heroes around, it's just going to go.
Yeah, Skem, just take it for free. They do have a BKB now. Oh, I thought they did, but Palos did sell it. Had one in the backpack. Play hard. Nice impale out on RR. Now Skem going to jump in straight onto that Grimstroke. It'll be a 1-for-1. Buybacks out. Now the lasso. They've caught out Ken on that Viper. They just want to get him down ASAP. And Ken, he is not surviving this one. Meanwhile, Palos trying to deal with Yopaj with Raging Potato. It's not looking great though. It's on the high ground. Still surviving now. The Mortimer's Kisses to fly out. But Palos and BDZ still chasing Yopaj. But he's just on the run. Can he get out? No. He will finally go down. But he will buy back into this team fight. Now Palos trying to run away. Skem, who's he killed off? It's going to be BDZ on the Tiny. Back in, Palos, man on the run now with that PL. Skem gets the Abyssal. Januel missing the hook shot. Skem will just continue following him down. Palos has no mana left. He has no chance of survival. Yopaj guns down both of them with a double kill. And they are into the tier 4 towers. The buybacks are coming in, however. Neon onto the tier 3 bot tower.
And it's a difficult one to fully commit. You're having troubles now with controlling the AM.
He's looking for a lasso. He's going to go into RR again. Hook shot in. They've actually caught out Palos on the PL. Sonic, or rather Soulbind down. Looks like Palos is going to go after the Bat Rider, and that'll be JG going down. Now the Cobble up onto Skem, not landing on anything. And, oh, Skem, he's onto RR. That should be it. It's a 2v5 situation. Palos, he's going to try to defend by himself with Raging Potato. There's those shots again coming out. Palos still trying to go at it. Will chase down Yopaj. Does get the bash. Might get the dieback and does. That's one. But Skem is onto Raging. Ken has respawned, however. It's still a 2v4 situation. Skem back onto the Viper. Ken, Viper Strike, not really going to help his cause out. He will die in Palos. Back to a 1v4 for him. He almost kills off Playhard. Despite Carapace will keep him alive for now as the Illusions will chase him down, but Palos is not going to allow this tier 4 tower to go down. He is defending by himself. There's your Megas.
2 against 4, Mike.
It's hard.
Palos against the world.
He's going to go into Scam. Scam still looking very, very healthy. Will turn back around now with the Abyssal. There's your lasso out. They got the real Palos, but the Yule's going to make it so Scam cannot hit anyone. So we'll go back onto BDZ. There's your Mana Void. That's your Tiny gone. It's Palos against the world, and he is gone. That is GG and Neon Esports. In approximately 2.5 hours, John, Ditch managed to take this series 2-0.
Yeah, it took a lot of time.